Visiting players get a glimpse of the great FA Cup team of the 1950s on their way to the dressing rooms these days, but had Watford been under the impression modern-day United care about staying on the road to Wembley, they would have been mistaken. Newcastle have never played in a fifth-round tie during Mike Ashley's tenure, and that never looked remotely on the cards this weekend. The Hornets must have realized within the first 10 minutes of the game on Saturday afternoon that a place in the last 16 was up for grabs. More than 33,000 Geordies turned up, clinging on to the hope that their side would at least keep things interesting and book a place in the draw for round 5. But the players weren't on the same page. Newcastle upon Tyne, England, January 26. Andre Gray of Watford celebrates after scoring his team's first goal during the FA Cup fourth-round match between Newcastle United and Watford at St James's Park on January 26, 2019 in Newcastle upon Tyne, United Kingdom. Photo by Ian McNichol. Getty Images. Getty Images. Only Sean Longstaff, who carried the team for large parts of the game, and Jacob Murphy, who at least had a go, emerged with any credit from this game, as too many players looked disinterested. Worse still, there also seemed to be a lack of self-awareness, as some Toon players left St James's Park looking completely relaxed about a gutless display which mustered just one shot on target. The senior players who did speak after the game suggested they were disappointed to be out, but that feels like it's insulting the intelligence of supporters who feel their limp performances spoke for them on the day. Unfortunately, the modern pampered player is too wrapped up life in the cash cow that is the Premier League to worry about winning silverware. Or at least this performance suggested that to a crowd who dream about returning to Wembley for a big cup tie one day. Sadly, Newcastle's current crop don't share that dream, and while it could be argued that they never really had a chance of ending 50 years of hurt on the trophy front, surely you'd expect them to give Watford a bit of a game? After a drab but goalless first half, the Magpies at least gave themselves a platform to go on and nick it in the second half, but it was too easy for Watford, who went on to stroll to an away win. Newcastle fans understand why there is a lack of quality on the field in key areas due to a tight-fisted owner who has no interest in investment on the field. The lack of effort and passion? That's just criminal for a fan base who are running on empty and only turning up now out of loyalty now. The game was effectively killed off just after the hour mark as Will Hughes unlocked the Toon defense before Andre Gray turned well before firing home his first goal since September. Some championship defending then resulted in the second goal for Domingos Quina to slot the ball across the 6-yard area for Isaac Success to apply the finish at the back post to seal the game. It was a goal that resulted in a mass exodus around the stadium, but the players they'd turned up to support had thrown the towel in long before that. Before that, Javier Manquillo had one cleared after a good run and a deft lob, while Ios Perez also squandered a chance as he fired over. But this was a day to forget for everybody connected to United. There were boos as Matt Ritchie was withdrawn late in the game, and utter dismay as Newcastle replaced one defender for another when needing an equalizer, as Fabian Schär came on for Federico Fernandez. Match Report Player Ratings Rafa Press Conference Hole, NUFC is sinking ship. A demoralizing press conference after the game, in which Benitez said he had no idea if new signings will be made this week, capped off a miserable day. Newcastle are out of the FA Cup again. Ashley won't care, and Benitez knows he will be judged on keeping the team in the Premier League. The club is a dysfunctional mess, and on days like this there is no hiding place from such suggestions, with United leaving themselves wide open to criticism.